Yeah, I don't know if you guys I got a grill, so I didn't wear it up here, but yeah. There's some like pictures going around for the last month or so with me, like AI picture with a grill on, and so it's pretty funny.
There he is, Trevor Lawrence with his grill. No grill today, though. Trevor Lawrence joins us here.
You didn't want to wear the grill?
Hey, you could do like CD Lamb and have the permanent. I mean, he's got the permanent diamond teeth now.
Hey, I'll have to ask him where he got that done.
I mean, he was impressed. It was
I'm
impressive.
sure I could find someone in Jacksonville that does it.
5 hours straight he sat in the dentist chair
crazy.
and put diamonds in his teeth. So wait, that one right there, those are real diamonds? There's a real grill?
I think so. So they say. So the guy in Jacksonville did it for me, or I guess someone got it done for me and surprised me. But yeah, so I still got them there on my nightstand right now.
so they're just sitting in your closet.
I'll add them to some like memorabilia case one day. It'd be pretty funny.
That's awesome. All right, so I talked about this a lot with you. Had an awesome year. I mean, awesome, really. Would you say it was your best year of your career?
I would say so.
Right.
You know, especially the finish this season, and obviously, you know how I was playing, the confidence I was playing with, but our team, our offense, it's all that, and just a lot of fun. You know, the run we went on, and obviously didn't go as far as we wanted to, but as far as just the way the team came together was really cool.
How about take us through? It's your first experience with an offensive genius, right? A little bit that way. How was Liam different maybe than other coaches? And I know how much pressure he puts on the quarterback. I played with a guy like John Gruden who was like that, right? Mm-hmm. But tell us like the adjustment of being underneath a guy like that.
Yeah, it was a big adjustment. You know, we have a great relationship, and you know, I give him a lot of credit for the way he came in and really got to know all the players, and I think that was a great first step for him, and he built those relationships. So as far as me and him, and we talked so much in the offseason, so much leading up to the year, things that, you know, what do I need to improve on? And all the things where we were in alignment. You know, it wasn't like him coming in trying to change everything necessarily, but there were some things that I knew I needed to get better at, and he also saw in my game, like, hey, we can get better at this, and we can become a better player, you know, and obviously the team's going to rally around that. The better your quarterback plays, the more success you're going to have. So I think it started in the offseason, and then throughout this, I just learned so much more about the game, how you game plan, this system. I've never been in a system like it. So you talk about all the cans and the
that's what I'm getting to. That's what I wanted to hear you talk 100%, about. 100%.
You know, all the different things that you can get to as an offense and what you're looking for, and it really taught me, you know, how to undress coverages, how to see the defense, to get different tells, you know, all the motions that we use. There's so much that I didn't even really think of, because when you come in, this is my third system. You're just trying to learn it and get it down, and so you can go execute. But you're not always learning all the details in the game within the game, so how you can play faster and make quicker decisions and get the ball out, all those things. And he's helped me a lot with that. So I'm excited just to build on that.
Right. Were there moments, though, because I remember the one video of him on the sideline, and he's doing all this, and you just kind of give him the, like, was there some rough spots early on?
I love that.
There's nothing like that.
I felt like he was looking at you like, oh, gosh, you still didn't do it right, and you were looking at him like, hey, shut up, all right?
Yeah, it's, I wouldn't say rough spots. You know, we have like I said, we have a great relationship, and I think we're similar in a lot of ways. Obviously, he's really intense. He's brought some of that out of me. You know, I'm pretty laid back, you know, chill guy. But he's brought a little bit more of that sense of urgency out of me, and I think that's been a really cool thing in our relationship. And I think on the flip side for him, I've kind of balanced him out as well. So, but we're really competitive. We're both ultra competitive, and I think you get in the heat of the moment. We have had some moments like that in training camp and practices in the game, and it's not. People see it on the outside, they think, oh man, this is a problem. It's not a problem. I think it's great that me and him have a relationship where we can have moments like that, and then we come to the sideline like, all right, where are we at? Like, what are we seeing? And then we get on the same page and we move on and we get better from it. There was instances like that throughout training camp, throughout the season, and it never affected our relationship in a negative way, and honestly only improved it.
What was the big struggle, right? What was your one thing with the offense or whatever he was coaching where you were like, oh my God, I just can't get this right totally, or I can't make him happy, right? Like, what was there?
I wouldn't say it was anything like that. I think more of just things that were harder for me to grasp early on were there's a bunch of different criterias for why we change plays, why we can plays. Right. But it was more of just how to learn the system and get used to it. And you know, there's not a ton of breather plays in the offense, because you're always wanting to run the best play versus whatever defense you're getting, which is great. And I think that's why you see back after the season, we really started to click on offense, because we're running good plays against the right look. And, but that took some time for sure, because in the past, you know, a lot of offenses, you have your play called, and you roll with it.
Right.
And you have some changes that you can make, of course, but it's not every single play.
Yeah, this is
so,
different.
You know,
right.
mentally, you have to get used to carrying that throughout a game plan and throughout the whole game, and every snap is so critical. And I feel like I really settled in towards the end of the year.
Yeah, you did, man.
And just so the folks understand, you mentioned it a couple of times, when you can it, like you come, that's when you have two plays, right? You call 2 plays in the huddle, and the can it means if we're going to dump, if we're going to dump one, we're going to can it with the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Can, kill. You hear guys say that. Right.
And I'm curious, what drives that? Just what you see, the look you see, or what they're showing you. Sometimes what they're showing you isn't what they do.
There's a lot. I mean, it can be as simple as, all right, single high, you're throwing it.
Yeah.
And
too high,
shell,
you're running it.
Shell defense, yeah, you're running it. I mean, it could be as simple as that, but it could also be as detailed as the front. Where's the 3 technique? You know, where's the shade? Is there pressure? All those. I mean, there's a lot of different things, and every run is different. Every pass is different. So it could be a lot of things, to be honest. But yeah.
And, you know, we talk about film study all the time. I assume that would also include, like, when they're showing single high, if they are in the habit of sometimes going to the shell and too deep, like, what do I see before the snap that tells me that they're getting ready, you know, somebody's going to backpedal out and kick out and play safety or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's where Liam would teach them during the week. Go, hey, look at this guy. When he plays this technique, they're probably going to go back to this coverage or whatever. He gives you clues, right?
Yeah, 100%. And that's the game within the game, right? That you have to, I mean, defenses are smart too, and they're getting better and better at disguising. And you look at this offense that we run and this system, it's a lot of different teams run it now. So defenses are getting used to playing against it. They know the things that they can do to give you some trouble. And a lot of defenses disguise really well. So it's just film study. You got to know what you're seeing, and you can't always trust what you see at first, because a lot of teams will start in something and they'll change it right before the snap or at the snap. So you got to really study, and you got to be okay also with, hey, what are the plays where if I'm wrong, it's not a dead play.
Right.
There's certain plays where you can't be wrong, but there's certain ones where, you know, we're taught to make it work, and we have our adjustments.
Right. All right, so, I mean, one of those teams that was a pain in the ass is in the Super Bowl, right? I mean, you got to play Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle's really good.
Yeah, take us back into them and what kind of made them special on defense.
You know, I think starting with the scheme, you know, obviously Mike's a great coach and great coordinator. Played against him when he was in Baltimore, and, you know, he's great. What's up? And it always has run a really, really tough scheme to prepare for, because it's organized chaos, right? He has a lot of different pressure looks that he can get into, but he doesn't overdo it, and it's not feast or famine. It's very calculated. They're in their spots. Even when they do pressure, they have zone droppers. They do a good job.
Right.
I think you look at Seattle is when you pair that with also really, really good personnel and a really good front.
Right.
That's tough, because they can also just rush 4 and get after you a little bit, because their front's so good, and their back end, they can cover. They're really smart. All those things really make them a good defense.
Yeah, you lean in them, like, in the game when you think about who you're going to take? Like, you think?
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm with you there.
I think we didn't play against New England, so it's tough to say. Obviously, they're a really good team. Their defense is playing great. Drake's had an awesome year. And it's the Super Bowl. Anybody could win it.
Yeah,
but
we know that.
I think Seattle's. I think they're really good.
Right.
They're a really complete team, and if I had to pick, I'd probably pick them, but who knows?
Yeah, I get you.
All right, important football question. We've been talking about canon plays and film study and whatnot. Your hair. You're 26 now. Because I had long hair until I became a lawyer, and I couldn't show up.
Oh, man.
You know,
you could do it.
So it wasn't quite like yours. Yours is great, though. When is the expiration date, though? Is it when you turn 30?
CJ
is it
just
40?
just cut his hair.
50?
Did you see that?
When is it?
I don't know.
You just wake up one day and say, "Give me the scissors."
You know, it's all I've had this for so long. It's just what I'm used to. And then Marissa's seen me with short hair, and she doesn't want me to cut it. She thinks I look like a different person. So I think it's
well,
more.
You would. I mean, you would.
Yeah. So.
Well, you put the grill back in, and then you're like, "Hey, babe, what's up? I'm back."
That's the fail-safe is the grill. But who knows? There's no expiration right now. But
yeah, it's funny because my hair was longer when I was dating my wife, and I got it cut one time, and I think that almost did it.
She was
that was almost it.
Yeah. She was like, I don't know. You're
like, you better grow that back.
You're uglier than I thought.
Thanks.
All right, tell us what you got going on here.
Yeah, I mean, we're here with Zevo. You know, big thing is being in Florida. Obviously, great weather. We love to host, have parties. Marissa, my wife's an event planner, so a lot of stuff at our house with family and friends going on. Food everywhere. We come in and out. Love to host, but the bugs kind of everywhere in Florida. So Zevo, you plug it in. You know, it's a fly insect trap. whatever's in your house, it'll get. So I think that's a big thing, is getting on the food, and you get a lot of those fruit flies, all those things in Florida. So we're here hanging out with them and just trying to get everybody's Super Bowl party ready this weekend.
Definitely. I lived in Tampa. Bugs can be an issue when you get into the damn spring and summertime.
No doubt.
You know, and yeah, you got the door open, you're going in and out of the kitchen or whatever else.
Door
like, oh,
opens great until all the bugs get in.
Right,
and you gotta fix it. So Zevo's great for that.
Okay, it's not making like zapping noises while it's
No. It's just you plug it in the corner in the kitchen and just let it go to work.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, this year, what game was it that finally clicked, where you were like, ooh, that was the moment where I was like, I'm comfortable now, and bam, I'm ready to be the man?
I think it was kind of a progression all year of feeling more comfortable. Then there were some times where, I felt like I played a little bit slower than I wanted to, or wasn't seeing it great. And then, to be honest, and people probably won't love my answer, I mean, we played in Arizona and had a lot of turnovers that game, but right. I felt like I was seeing it well for the most part. Our passing game kind of finally got clicking. Like, we hit some big plays, we were moving the ball consistently, and it felt like we had finally started to click besides the turnovers.
Yeah,
so we
right.
left that game. We ended up winning in overtime, kind of an ugly win. But me and Liam were talking, and he was like, this is how great he was all year. He was like, man, I would take only positives from this. Like, I know we had turnovers, whatever.
Right.
Think about all the good things we did, how we were moving the ball on offense, how we were hitting these shots, and some more explosives than we had in the past.
Right.
And it took a while for the passing game to click. So that was the first step, was like, okay, we feel like this is really coming together. I know I got to clean up some stuff on my end, take care of the ball, but I really think we're heading in the right direction. And then after that, you look at the year, and it's pretty good from
then on. Fire there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you've gotten the MVP conversation.
Yeah,
really.
you're a finalist, MVP and comeback player of the year. Regardless of how it plays out, what's it mean to be a finalist for 2 of those awards tonight?
Yeah, it means a lot. I think just to get the recognition's cool. It's a team game. You can't ever do it by yourself. So there's a lot of guys that are a part of that. And obviously, you don't really want to. It's not necessarily a comeback player of the year. It's not something you set out to win, because you don't want to necessarily have the injury and have to do all that to come back from. But to be in this position, I think it says a lot about our team, the people that I work with. There's a lot of people that help me as far as just physical therapy, my trainer, coaches. I put in so much work this offseason. Really, from the day the season ended, had surgery, I was in the building pretty much every single day until we lost to Buffalo in the wild card. So I mean, there's so much work that goes into it, and I think for that, to shed some light on that, not just for me, but for everyone that's involved in that, is really cool, and just for our whole team. Obviously, who knows what will happen, who knows who will win it, but I think it's a step for me, it's a step for our team, and you gotta, like I said, quarterback's got to play well to go win these big games, and just excited to get another shot at it. And, we got to start from the ground up in April, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence, they were 13-4 last year. The arrow's pointing up in 26. Thanks for some of your time.
Thanks, guys. Man, dude. Appreciate you.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.